Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because obviously it's got the creator of Rogue One.
Yeah.
So that's why you're watching it. He did such a good job with Rogue One.
No. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I find it funny what he's actually talking about in this and what sort of inspired him to make this particular movie. And Star Wars is actually putting it out on their Twitter page because of obviously his connection. So let's just listen to this really quickly and then I'll give you my point and what I'm trying to say.
I think what makes Star Wars so interesting from a world building point of view is that George Lucas would take the ancient past, would take mythology, spirituality, religion, stuff from a long time ago that's been around for eons and mix it with the future. So you'd have stuff from the very distant past and the very far future, but nothing in between. You wouldn't have modern day or contemporary anything. And those two contrasting ideas always resonated in my head. And
does it resonate with you?
World. We pushed that whole idea to the extreme. The main character, Joshua, who John David plays, he's really in turmoil about whether AI is real. And so in the outer world, what's playing out is there's basically a war between two sides of the world. Half the world has banned AI, and the other half think it's Terminator and treat them as equals. And so the world is kind of reflecting the inner question of the film. It's like trying to get that reflected in like a big epic canvas. It's kind of like the ideal movie.
So okay. I don't know where he got that past and future crap from, but I'm actually intrigued to see more of that movie, The Creator. It kind of gave me Alita vibes, Alita Battle Angel.
It has a very similar sort of aesthetic when it comes to it, but not to the story is very different. It's
The thing that gets me with this is obviously he's saying that he was inspired by George Lucas and how it didn't bring in all new. Where was the bit that he says?
So you'd have stuff from the very distant past, far future, but nothing in between. You wouldn't have modern day or contemporary anything.
Also, Jesus,
you wouldn't have modern day. You wouldn't have modern day or contemporary anything. Now you look at what Star Wars has become right now, with all the stuff that they've come out with. And what is it that they're trying to push with it? Essentially modern day politics, and it falls flat on the story because the characters have no actual development. And I just find it funny that he was inspired by George Lucas' Star Wars, yet Star Wars have the audacity to try and use this to their advantage and say that, this is the guy that created Rogue One. Look at what he's doing with this movie, The Creator. But where his inspiration came from was actually George Lucas' Star Wars, not their Star Wars.
What's the problem? Am I missing something, Rhino?
No. I just think I find it funny that Disney Lucasfilm on their the Star Wars Twitter page has the audacity to put this out there when the creators actually complimenting George Lucas' Star Wars, not their Star Wars.
They just heard the word Star Wars and they saw the director and they're going to go, all right, he's going to talk to it, and they just retweeted it.
Because they don't think it through.
When George Lucas did it, it was he even said the prequels is very much George Bush. Like he fucking said it from his own mouth, right? Which is pretty relevant at the time when those movies were coming out. And like the difference is he took inspiration, but he didn't push ideology or push his own thoughts. He just said, this is how I see shit. And anyone that makes a movie, anyone that writes a book, anyone that makes a comic book or anything like that, they're going to have their own little biases on how they see certain aspects of the world in their own story. That's just how it is. That's what makes it your story. I mean, like I said, George Bush made the prequels and he fucking said it's George Bush.
No, I get it.
So but the difference is he didn't force it on you. He just said,
"Well, that's right." It was a neutral, like where his creation was coming from was neutral. He was just basically planting all the seeds, putting all of those things in place. One side, the other side. There's good, there's bad, all of that sort of thing. And he wasn't just concentrating on just one side of the aisle. Where I find that a lot of these shows and everything that they come out with right now, it is all their ideology.